Welcome back everyone to another episode of the Doom series, and in this video we are going to fix some memory leaks and bugs in our program. So to start, I'm going to open up my map.h header file, and as you can see inside of here we've got a bunch of stuff, and all of this is dynamically allocated by our word read map function. However, none of it is actually freed, which means that we've basically got a memory leak, and this could result in problems later on. So yeah, I'm gonna go under word.h. You can see we have got functions for reading and reading maps and textures and all of that stuff. So we're going to add a function for actually freeing those map as well. So we're going to have word free map function here, and this only requires a pointer to a map and no other data. And we're going to go ahead and put the function prototype somewhere here and implement it. So I'm going to put it here, and then we're going to implement this. Now in here, the first thing we'd like to do is we'd like to set all of the number fields, which means number of things, number of vertices, number of sectors, line depths and side depths, all of that. We'd like to set that to 0. So I'm going to just go over each of those and num side def, and we're going to set all of that to 0 basically. So after doing that, we can now go ahead and start to actually free these values here. So we're going to go ahead and free the pointers, which are all dynamically allocated. So we're going to say free the vertices of the map, and similarly we're going to just copy paste and do the same thing for the other fields basically, which includes the vertices, the things, the sectors, and also the line depths and the side depths. So we're gonna do it for those as well. And after that, we are going to have to implement another function, which is going to be word free GL map function. This is going to take a pointer to a GL map, and it's going to free that. And the process of this would be very similar. We are going to just go ahead and set the number of vertices, number of segments, and number of subsectors equal to 0, which are the fields that this is supposed to contain. So we're going to set all of those to 0, and then we're going to free all of the pointers one by one. And all of these are dynamically allocated, so we can free them easily. And we're going to just say subsectors here, and that's going to work. Now the other thing is that inside of engine.c, you can see that we are loading our GL map and using it to generate the meshes. Well, in the end, we are going to free those as well, and we actually need to use the word free map function for this. And similarly for word free GL map, we are going to use that to free our map as well, and these are actual values, so we're going to have to pass the address of these. And yeah, that's basically going to work quite well. So now we are going to go ahead and look into some of the other stuff. You can see we have also got functions for reading patches and play pal. The palettes are pretty simple. It doesn't actually involve any complex stuff, and it's also very similar for the flat texture as well. So you can see inside of engine.c we're using our word read flats. However, in the end we are just freeing them by value, which you might think it might not work, but if I were to go ahead and actually open up the flat texture, you can see it just has an array of data, so we can free it directly without having any complex functions or anything. And for the wall texture, however, it's different because it contains pointers to data, which means its size is not fixed, and similarly for the patches. Now inside of the engine, you can see we do not use the word read patches directly, but we use the word read textures, which happens to use the word read patches here, as you can see here. So we need functions for freeing both patches and textures. So for this, we are going to create a function here which we are going to call word free patches. It's going to take a pointer to patches, which is going to be an array, along with a number here, which is the actual number of patches. And here we have got our word read patches function. We're gonna just put this below it, so you can see I'm gonna put it here. And for this, we're going to just loop over each of the patches. So we're going to just loop over them. And first, we are going to we need this data is the most crucial piece of information we are going to use to free that. And we also should probably set the width and height of this to 0 for good measure. And yeah, with that we are going to just go ahead and go down here, and we're going to copy this function quite exactly for freeing the wall textures, and it's going to just change to use a pointer to textures instead. And similarly here we'll set the textures width and height to 0, and we're going to free the textures data, so it's basically the same as the patches. So yeah, that seems to work quite well, and it looks pretty nice. So the next thing that we should probably do is that we are going to call word free patches inside of the end of the word read texture function, because that's where we actually create the patches. Inside of the engine.c function, after we are done generating the textures, OpenGL textures, we are going to call word free wall textures here, so that we don't actually keep using them when we don't need them. And we actually need to make sure we put the prototype in word.h, and we're going to just paste this here and call this function like that. And yeah, that is going to go ahead and remove our memory leaks from our program, and there's really no way to see this except run and see if it blows up or something. But it doesn't. You can see it gives us no wrong calls, which means that our all of the stuff we added is working. And now hopefully our program should not have any critical memory leaks or anything of that sort. So that's pretty awesome, and this is going to be pretty much it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe as well, and bye.